Good morning to you. Glad you're here today. You know, this is out of my childhood. My grandmother had an old wooden bread box, and it was carved out in the middle, and she had these little slips of paper in them. The slip of paper looks like this, and the cards were all in there in this bread box. But this may actually be my grandmother's, because this looks like one of my grandfather's shaving mugs. That he was a barber and had a bunch of these, and that's what this looks like. It's not quite a coffee mug, so I think it's a shaving mug. And anyway, these are in here. When I was digging around, I found three or four of these, and they were called promise boxes when I was a kid. And every day when my sister and I were there, and even when we weren't there, she did this privately with just herself. She'd pull out one of these and read them. Today I pulled out Psalm 37:23, and this is in the King James Version, older words, older wording. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. I tell you, the word ordered can mean established. It can be planned to a certain extent. That God, when we delight in him and we put him first in our lives, that he begins to order our steps, and our steps turn out different. They ought to. People ought to notice the difference in us when we say we're a Christian. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be perfect all the time or that I'm going to get everything right, but it does mean that there ought to be a difference, that it ought to show up in the way I live. So, the good man is ordered or established, his footsteps are established by the Lord, and we delight in him. We delight in the Lord. The stalwart walks in step with God, the message says. That's a good one. The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. That's the NIV. All of those are great. Today, as you delight in him, remember that he has established your steps. There may be something happen today that would be out of the normal. Maybe you'll meet somebody that you hadn't seen in a long time, or maybe it'll seem very normal to you. But when you put your delight in the Lord, your steps are established by him. There's always an opportunity coming around. Something's going to happen today. Well, that's being God's, being his child. Well, may you be blessed in that today. Here's at the bottom of this card, it always has a little poem, and my grandmother would usually sing these. This one I don't know. Teach me, my God and King, in all things thee to see, and what I do in anything, to do it as for thee. Putting God first. Father, today may you bless us, and may we put you first in our lives. We want our steps ordered by you. We want to look different, act different, be different from the inside out. And every day we walk with you, that gets stronger in us and is established by you. Today, the opportunities, help us to be aware of them. Help us to see them and know that they come from your hand. We ask your blessing on us today. Amen. All right. Have a good day. All day long. Blessings.
Thanks for joining us today for Midweek Promise with Pastor Dowling. And remember to be with us again next week for another installment. God bless you and have a wonderful day.